Hi, filmmakers, and welcome to High Concept, the show where we just don't show you filmmaking and editing techniques. We show you real producing strategies to help you get your film made. I'm your host, founder and executive producer at the Film Fund, Thomas Verdi. I'm also an award-winning filmmaker, film producer, and film festival judge. On this week's episode, we'll tell you all of the ways you can get your independent film financed. Welcome to High Concept. Figuring out how to finance an independent film can be just as hard as actually coming up with and developing a strong idea or screenplay. Oftentimes, indie filmmakers determine the type of film they'll make based on the amount of money and resources they'll be given or have access to while making the film. Unlike high-budget Hollywood productions, where all of the financing is managed by major studios or production companies, independent films will have to deal with the intricacies of funding a motion picture on their own. This can typically limit or restrict creativity or ideas that independent filmmakers may have in mind because of lack of funds to make them a possibility. Whether you're attempting to produce an independent film with a budget of $500,000 or $5,000, you will need to come up with funding strategies and a plan for securing all of the necessary funds you'll need to shoot the film. You'll also need to be versatile and creative with the budget you're given in order to produce a successful film. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the methods you can use to finance your independent film. Crowdfunding can be a viable way to achieve funding for your production. In fact, some of the Film Fund's filmmakers have used crowdfunding as an alternative funding source. When using a crowdfunding site, you should feel overly confident and secure with your project. It needs to be a project you find value in and are immensely passionate about, because you're essentially pitching your film as you would to investors or producers. A great strategy to use when pitching on a crowdfunding site is to use incentives and reasons for people to want to donate to your film. Many filmmakers offer rewards to their donors, such as film credits, merchandise, a meeting with the director, and/or other major crew members, DVDs, premiere seats, etc. These rewards will give donors more incentive to help fund your film. For a list of some great crowdfunding sites, click on the link below. Film grants are another great way to fund your film. They essentially give independent filmmakers the most freedom of all their funding opportunities because grants are funds that don't need to be repaid or returned to any investors. Grants are offered by a large number of organizations, each with their own specific personal and filmmaking qualifications you must have before applying. Make sure you take the time to research and craft an application for the organizations offering grants, as this will give you a much better chance of obtaining funding from them. Fellowships require additional commitments and sometimes a residency where you will often receive training and housing of some sort while making your film. Fellowships can be very useful for filmmakers seeking guidance, support, and connections within the industry. If you're someone who may be looking to get your foot in the door, a fellowship can be a great opportunity to open that door. You'll likely get a chance to meet and pitch your film to known industry professionals while under great mentorship programs. Even though fellowships can be a great opportunity to learn and grow your filmmaking skills and connections, they can often pull you away from your independent production or cause it to take longer to produce. So keep that in mind. For a list of some great fellowships, click on the link below. As an independent filmmaker, you're likely going to have a difficult time finding funding for your project, especially if it's a short film. You may feel like your only option is to take money out of your own pocket to get the equipment, materials, actors, licenses, etc. that you need to make your film. If you're able to partner with potential investors, this could be a great way to reduce financial risks on your end and get you the funds you need to produce your film. However, working with investors doesn't mitigate the risk completely because you'll likely need to give them a return on investment, meaning once the film is completed, they will expect their money back along with any profits and/or interest agreed upon in the agreement. Unless you have wealthy connections or family members, finding an investor for your independent project will be challenging, especially for short films. This is mainly because independent short films are not profitable. Most investors are looking for ways to make money. Unless you have an experienced production team with well-known actors and crew and a well-thought-out business plan, investors will probably look the other way when you pitch to them. Independent filmmakers also have the option to enter into pre-sale agreements with film distributors as a means to finance a film. Film distributors can arrange a contract with you if they see overall profitable strength and marketability in your film. This will typically be based on your concept and script, actors, crew, and business plan. If a distributor sees commercial potential, they will be more than happy to work with you. This is a great way to fund an independent production, but you should be informed of what the agreement will entail for you. Generally, the distributor will give you a set of requirements, deadlines, ideas, and talent they'd like you to use for the film. In some cases, you'll be given entire creative freedom, but in others, your film may be subjected to other people's visions. Funding your independent film is no easy task. At the Film Fund, we are dedicated to helping independent filmmakers like you get your film made. With just a one-sentence pitch, you could win up to $10,000 to produce your independent narrative film, documentary, or a chance to produce the music video for Mike Vermeil's song, Wit Talk. If you're looking for tips on how to fund your short film, check out our previous episode of High Concept, 7 Ways to Fund Your Short Film, or read the blog by clicking the link in the description. We hope you found this video useful. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're currently looking for funding for your independent film, don't forget to click that link in the description to enter a one-sentence pitch to win up to $10,000 to produce your project. I'm your host, Thomas Verdi, founder and executive producer at the Film Fund, and thank you for checking out High Concept.